So we have the newspapers. We want to look at the front and back pages. Mama V has the graphic. Mama V, please look at the graphic. And then if you finish, please look at the Times. If you finish, also look at this one. Hurry up, so that we don't waste time. We don't have much time today.
The front page of the Daily Graphic newspaper. 4 million Ghanaians are diabetic, according to Health Minister Alex Segwefia. 4 million Ghanaians. Yeah. Imani blames WAEC for exam leakage or exam leak. President rules exam leaks, calls for tracking of perpetrators during unveiling of UMAT hostel. That's actually the banner headline story, front page of the Daily Graphic newspaper. Let's pay attention to the back page. Transport Ministry invites investors for construction of Eastern Rail Line, Kumasi Inland Port. That's also another story, features back page of the Daily Graphic newspaper. Roland, what paper have you got?
Front page of the Daily Guide has a story. Mahama must go. Tete-a-tete, ex-president John Agyeku Kufuor with President John Mahama is an inserted picture. To save Ghana, it says Mahama must go, former president saying it. We have heads roll at EC, and apparently you haven't been informed, let me tell you.
Oh, really? Oh. I thought I gave you that filler this morning.
Oh, what do you mean?
Okay, yeah.
You want to disgrace me before the audience. Let me tell you the thing, and so that you'll be...
But you are referring to the newspaper.
No!
I can tell you without looking at the newspaper.
No, even now, I don't want to.
Okay, so go ahead.
I'll give you...
No, go ahead.
I want to give you benefit of the doubt. You say so that we'll go ahead. So I read the next one. It's on Caucus.
No, it's your paper, the Daily Guide, so do it.
I wanted to, by the way you're doing, you go and grab a copy of Heads Roll at EC. And Abodam.
Summarize. No, Roland, I insist.
New wife.
Summarize Heads Roll at EC.
Okay, what's happening is the Electoral Commission internally has asked for, or has announced that there's a vacancy in the Public Relations Directorate. And so the director and the senior officer in charge of public relations have all been asked to step aside.
Okay.
Or have been reposted into other sections.
Where do you know they've gone to?
Oh, seriously.
Yeah.
We have one going for protocol and the other going for administration.
Shit.
These things are the fingertips.
Okay, so we know that a lot of people are looking for jobs. Okay, a lot of people are looking for jobs.
But it's only for internal people.
Yeah.
Usually.
So let's pray and hope, Roland. If we don't get somebody as a PR manager for the Electoral Commission, then it means they would have to publish it. They have to come out.
They used to have Samuel Yokedu, who one time was the head of the EC in Ashanti, became the director of finance, who I know very, very well. Was one time the director of the public relations unit. So
okay, I'm just saying that.
And he's an internal. He was an internal.
Okay,
person.
Roland,
he's gonna retire.
if they don't find anybody internally, we would all back you to go for that position as spokesperson for the Electoral Commission. What do you say?
Me?
Kai,
I won't go.
Oh, how?
Today you are NDC, tomorrow you are...
Position.
No, it's never a big position.
Nobody branded any of them as MPP or NDC.
Oh, it happens. I want to sleep in peace. You have something you want to look at?
Yeah, let's do the Ghanaian Times newspaper, front page of the paper. Who has done more for Volta region? NDC, NPP in war of words. Can you imagine? Really? Is that what we are? Is that... Seriously, JITA needs... a defense war. That's what we should be fixing. We shouldn't be talking about what has happened and what hasn't happened and who did it and who didn't do it. We've gone way beyond that. NDC, MPP, Charlie, hold it and let's fix the things that we must fix. Let's do the thing. There are so many things to be done for you to, Roland, you can do a lot more things and claim, whatever, what's the word?
Ownership?
Exactly. So, I don't know, I have a little appeal for the NDC because they're in government now. Do a lot more things and then claim ownership and unveil, put your, so that nobody can contest.
You mean now the election, there's a lot more tension in the upcoming election.
Oh, yeah, there is. Yeah, there is. And I can't believe that the Ketasi defense is coming back right now.
Because I think this is...
So you have a picture of former President Kufuor and President John Dramani Mahama on the front page of the paper. Who did what, who didn't do what, and who started and who finished. Men advised to report beatings by spouses. Roland, do you beat your wife?
No.
Okay, cool.
I don't think I'll ever beat a woman.
Yeah. Woman murders grandson and buries him near latrine. Oh gosh, that's a story on the front page of the Ghanaian Times newspaper. I'll share a bit of it with you. Page 3, it says that a 35-year-old woman has allegedly murdered her 3-week-old grandson and buried him behind a public latrine at Akotochire in Cape Coast. The suspect, Grace Amoa alias Esi Yeboaba, a petty trader, was said to have killed the baby when her 17-year-old daughter was deeply asleep. According to the police, Grace quickly went to a neighbor to collect a shovel and dug a shallow hole behind the latrine where she secretly buried the child. When the mother of the baby woke up and asked about the child from her mother she shared the room with, she denied knowledge of the whereabouts of the baby. A report was made to the police and investigations led to her arrest. Charlie, look at her again. I mean, this is the grandmother. She's on the front page of the paper. Please take a look at her again. I mean, who does that? What? Shame on her. Okay, well, let's deal with the situation thoroughly. But let me go to page 4. Men advised to report beatings by spouses. Hey, Roland, somebody said that because I'm a woman, I'm biased towards women's issues. And I think that is true because, you know, the thing didn't say women, it said men advised to report beatings. But the question I asked you wasn't right. So, has your wife ever beaten you? That should be the appropriate question.
No.
Okay. Would you report to the police? Should it happen?
Yeah, I'm sure if I have a giant wife who towers over me and then slaps me a couple of times. I don't know.
Okay, so where's the story?
I don't know how you feel. I think that I would want to put myself in that position and see. Let's say I have.
So let me beat you.
Let's say I have like Sarah as my wife. You know Sarah?
Yeah.
Yeah, the director.
Yeah.
Tall. Hey, my head is steady.
So the story says that men have been advised to report violence against them by their spouses to the appropriate authorities. Mrs. Petra de Graaf Johnson, Program Manager of Ending Sexual and Gender-Based Violence, Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection, who gave the advice, noted that gender-based violence was on the increase in some families, communities, and cultures across the globe. And I don't know why I find this
gender-based violence, action towards which side? The men or the women? Let
me read this one. Although women and girls mostly suffer violence, men and boys were equally suffering such abuse.
Not equally.
And I think that's why. So if you're a man watching us right now, first of all, I want to know, do you receive some beatings from your wife? And are you thinking of reporting, or have you ever reported? We're interested in knowing.
I know one gentleman though.
He gets the beating from the wife?
Yes. Hey. Once I want to I say, hey. Oh, me say, yeah, no.
Okay, wait. This is a serious matter, Roland.
I'm serious. And he's told me, confided in me a couple of times.
Really?
Yeah,
what advice did you give?
But it's not real beating. It's
this one is like verbal abuse kind of thing.
The woman is a bit controllable, so it's controlling and all. So and the gentleman is a cool guy, like the way Fred Portofay, our director, is.
Do you know how he is at home?
No, I'm not saying that how he is at home. I'm saying the way I see him.
Like he's cool.
Yeah, because somebody like that, he'll be very violent at home. But I'm saying that the way I see
somebody
him,
like who?
Fred.
Okay, let's stick to the papers.
All right. Let's look at this. The New Statesman, MPP, CPP, PNC, NDP Civil Society March for Validation. And this was held in Kumasi. In Hausa, this is Bamuyada. And this means that we won't accept.
We no go agree.
We won't accept. We no go agree. Yampin. Bamuyada. Yayi. Wallahi. This one. Kufuor Niels Mahama warns Ghana will collapse if he gets another term. And there's a picture there, the president trying to size the whole atmosphere and telling Ghanaians, Munsheni vote to my NDC Bioma.
Is that what Kufuor is saying?
Yeah, that's what.
From the picture?
Yes. That's why we fix some of these pictures as as media. You fix the pictures to depict what you want to say. Up there we have Bawumia. No one can stop the wind of change blowing in the country. And just like the prophet, Bawumia has predicted there will be wind of change. But logically, he's the vice presidential candidate of the MPP, so he needs to say that. Be careful about your attitude. 90-year-old woman wants the Electoral Commission. And then we have why EC's panel of experts recommended voter validation. Back page, we have Ghana regains third position in latest FIFA World Ranking. We're 38th, and we say third position.
Oh, Roland, don't put that.
It's a third anniversary.
10th anniversary of Ferdinand Ayim.
Of Ferdinand Ayim.
Yeah.
I think at the time he was a deputy minister.
I think it was tourism.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was a tourism minister at the time.
Yeah. Okay, so that's it for the statement. I'll give the Today newspaper to you, but let me read this message. Maunyo from Medina says, Roland, the gentleman you spoke about is listening to you. Is he like Maunyo? You know him, the one whose wife has been ordering him about. But is it a bad thing if your wife orders you about?
You know, in secondary school, when you are too cool, they call it dogon.
Okay, this one says, these people, how can my wife beat me? Impossible.
Who is that?
Have you been doing the beating?
Who is that? Where's that message coming
Please, send your name. We need to address you by name. This one says, good morning, Mama V and Roland. This WAEC annual leakage ritual is very annoying. And if left with me alone, there should be nothing like exams because WAEC is a total failure to Ghanaians. And that's from Momoni Nara Rural Bank in Paga. This one says, good morning, Roland. Mama V, has Roland told you you look smart in your outfit? If he hasn't, then don't let him touch you. Really looking photogenic. Salom in Likpe. Roland hardly says that, and he hasn't said that today, but I cherish it coming from you. So thank you so much. As for Roland, he doesn't see any nice thing around him. Good morning, Mama V and Roland. Mama V, tell these politicians for me, I feel bored about some of the things they normally do. From Selassie Kyra watching the show. Thank you so much. This one says, if my wife beats me, I will send, I will send her to her parents. Really? Okay, yeah, good for you. But what if you do the beating? What happens? Okay, so you know the person who said, how can my wife beat me? Impossible. It's Abdallah from Bimbilla. So Abdallah from Bimbilla. Impossible, really. You haven't met your meter yet. Ask Jonas, he will tell you. Okay, we've got the Today newspaper, and then we'll check out some of the Roland do this.
Let's look at the Today newspaper. Has on the front page, don't be object of violence. Indum advises youth. And then we have MPP, NDC in Tango over development projects in Volta region. MC Hort accused of embezzling assembly funds, and those other stories we have. Okay, so now we have a couple of the stories that have been outlined on the news portal, myjoyonline.com. And then we'll also look at the Africa page of the BBC, and we'll try as much as possible if we have the time to look at City FM too.
Oh, Charlie Roland. This one says, Mama V, what my wife does to me is more than beating.
Hey!
Give us more filler, and then we'll give you some good advice. That's all he sends, but give us more filler. We'll give you some.
Tell us.
Roland has got some tips. You won't believe it. It's not bitter bako, but he's got some. This one says, I'm enjoying your AM show. Keep it up. Thank you very much. Kindly include your name when you send us a message. MD Kwesi, our friend Kwesi Ma in Akosobo says, good morning, Roland, Mama V. I heard the Ashanti Region NDC Secretary said the Kumasi demo was a flop because he saw people boarding cars to their destination after the demonstration. I'm surprised this is coming from the NDC. We on AM Talk, fortunately, we have somebody who took part in the demonstration. He's one of the leadership, so we'll put this to him. But let's get on to myjoyonline.com. Agra to double homes of 9 million smallholder farmers in Ghana, 5 countries. Also on the page, Ethiopian Prime Minister on first state visit to Ghana. So the Prime Minister of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia is in Ghana for a 3-day visit. Welcome to him and his entourage. Also on the page, Minority Caucus MPP challenges the NDC to put costs to projects in the Greenbrook. This caucus is back. It's a great program. Please watch it. SRC elections, how Ghana breeds corrupt political leaders. And a piece of opinion on the page that you can read. Clinton and Sanders tensions escalate. This is American politics. Let's move on, Fred. Eating burnt food kills KNUST lecturer. So a lecturer at the Department of Food Science and Technology at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology has cautioned Ghanaians to be wary of eating burnt food like kanzo. Seriously, Roland, can you stop the jollof kanzo?
Yeah, I don't like jollof very much, but the one I want to eat is the kanzo I like.
See, now they said we'll find time and deal with this one. Okay, continued shutdown. Yeah, but you don't want a burnt toasted bread. Continued shutdown of FPSO Kwame Nkrumah is a setback, according to a Deputy Minister of Power, John Jenapo. There's a particular time in the evening that the light goes off where I live. It's been very consistent, and I think it goes up about 3 hours and then it comes back on. So among other stories you find, myjoyonline.com, please click and read. Nana Ansah saying sports minister betrayed him. You can read about it. All right, so quickly let's do the BBC page, Fred, because we don't have a lot of time. Let's do the BBC page and then we'll call it a wrap. Run on Kenya bank forces it to close. So a retail bank in Kenya is placed under receivership and its branches are shut, making it the third bank to run into difficulties in the last year. Some African news on the BBC page you would find. Let's read a few messages. This one says, Mama V, I can hardly miss AM show anytime I'm off schedule from official duties. Keep it up with your team. We thank you. Good morning, Roland. My family. My family members. Oh, he's calling us his family members. We thank you. And so I said, Charlie, you guys look wonderful. Mama V, I want your dress. Sam. Okay, so you want some. Janama Bayen from Nangpanduri. Give me your size. I don't know. What do you wear?
Yeah.
And what do you want? You want to
imagine. Mama V just doling out dresses now. But don't worry. Just give us your size. And you also watching us, Alhaji Yakubu from Tamale. You say that you really love the show. We also wish you well. We know that you're spending some working time in the Northern Regional Capital. Alhaji Yakubu.
Okay, Roland, this is the last message I'll read, and then Benedict will come with sports. Okay, good morning, Mama V and Roland. Your show is always interesting. The two of you remind me of Abi and Praja on Kumkum Bagya. Seriously?
Oh, really?
Benedict comes up with sports. Stay with us.
Abi and what?
This is it.
Abi and what?
This is it.
Abi and what? Abi and you don't.
Praja. I mean, it's an Indian name. I can't get it on points.
Nahi. Namaste. Nahi. Do the needful.
Fred, please take us off.
We're taking everyone.